FlossTube, it's Lorna the Ladybird Stitcher. Today is Monday the 1st of March, happy March, and I'm here for another FlossTube update. We have officially started autumn here in Australia, but today is extremely hot where I'm living, and so yeah, I'm looking forward to the cool change coming this afternoon. I hope everyone's been well. I hope everyone had a really good month. I don't have that much to show you. I haven't really been switching out my projects a lot. I've tended to stick to the same ones that I stuck to last month, mainly because they're the ones that I can see the best. I mentioned in a couple of videos ago that my eyes, I needed surgery on them, and great news, the surgery date is going to be next Wednesday, and I can't wait for that to happen because I mean, I'm not looking forward to the surgery itself, but I'm really looking forward to being able to see much better than what I can at the moment. So yeah, that's something that, although I'm nervous about the actual operation, I'm really excited about the change to the way I've been living for the last 2 or 3 years. So that's really exciting for me. So yeah, I've only got 4 projects to show you. Please excuse any noise you can hear. I've got the air conditioner on because it is, like I said, it's really hot today. So I hope you'll excuse me for that. Okay, we'll just get straight into it because I'm rambling at this point. Okay, so one of the ones I pulled out, and it's a Mirabilia, and it's Andromeda. And here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here it is now. So this, I didn't do that much on it because I was having trouble seeing it. I just pulled it out because I'd finished my WIPCO goals, and I thought maybe I'll try and complete some work on the ones that I'm supposed to be finishing this year. So I pulled this one out. This one probably has the best fabric for me to see, but even then it's still a bit hard for me. So so yeah, I only did a little bit and then I put it away. And if I'm completely honest, I think my stitchy bug wasn't all there either, so that didn't help as well. But progress is progress, regardless of the fact that it was only a couple of 100 stitches, if that. My absolute favourite was Templar Prophecy, and here's what it will look like when it's finished. And here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here it is now. This is 1/1 on 25 count using Silks for You silk. It's a 25 count Lugana. I think it's just plain white. And I managed on this one another 5,020 stitches. It's now 16.83% of the way through, which is approximately 1/6, and we're 1/6 through the year. So I'm hanging on to that goal of doing 1/12 every month. Who knows whether I'll finish it, but I'm finding it really a quick stitch, probably because I don't have to keep changing threads all the time, but I'm really enjoying it. So that's the Templar Prophecy by Long Dog Samplers, and my goal for next month is another 5,000 stitches. There's a total of 60,000 stitches, or 60,065 to be exact, all up on that. That's not counting the back stitching. There's a little bit of back stitching in it. I'm trying to keep up with that as I go. Now this project, I had it on paper, in paper format originally. I sold that on Stash Unload, and I now have it on my pattern keeper. Pattern keeper is great because it doesn't make you, it keeps the page breaks it doesn't make you keep switching for page breaks. The only thing with Pattern Keeper is that it doesn't have the back stitching on it. So I have to keep referring back to my original to look at the back stitching. But it's a small price to pay, not to have to worry about page breaks and things. So, yeah. So yeah, with that one, that was, I think that was a Whip Go goal, and I finished one page. Well, it's now 2 pages finished, and the goal was to have 1 page finished. So I'm ahead of that one. My whole year's goal is to have 3 pages finished, but like I said, I'm thinking maybe I'll keep it up and keep going and try and get the whole thing finished. Okay, next was Juliet, and here's a picture of what it will look like when it's finished. And here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here it is now. So I finished page 11, which is this one. And on this one I managed 1968 stitches, and I'm 35.82% of the way through on this one. So I'm really loving the colours still, and you can see I've done a little bit more. Sorry, I can't hold it. You can see I've done a little bit more there. That's not part of page 11, but page 11's done, and my goal was to finish up to page 15. So the goal for the year is to have this whole row done, but the goal for the month in Whip Go was to have 1 page done, which I did. So I'm pleased with that one as well. And this one is also on 25 count Lugana 1/1 full crosses. And that one's obviously just using DMC threads. It was originally charted by Tilton Crafts. The artwork is by Takaki, and it is out of print. Okay, my next whip is Cinderella on the Stairs by HAED, or Heaven and Earth Designs. My goal for the year is to finish a whole row. Now this one is the only full coverage piece I'm doing on 18 count, and I'm doing that 2/1 full crosses. Here's what it will look like when it's finished. And here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here it is now. So I've mainly been working on this one. I think last month this page was all finished, so I've started on the next page. Once I finish this row, it's got a couple of 10 by 10 rows here, so I think there's about 200 stitches below across obviously. So that once I finish those 5 pages, there won't be too much left to go on that one. But really happy with how she's turning out, even though it's on 18 count and even though it's a mini. I'm really happy with the level of detail I can see in her, especially when I'm not looking really close to it. So I think when it eventually is finished and hanging on a wall, hopefully, it will look great. So I'm really happy with that one as well. And like I said, I think my stitchy bug is kind of starting to not be so active at the moment. So we'll see how I go this month. The Whip Go goal for this month was 1 page of, no, it wasn't. What was it? It was 1 page of Cinderella on the Stairs. So I have to finish the page I'm working on. And it's also 1 week on Villa Mirabilia, which is this one. That's what it will look like when it's finished. And here's what it looked like the last time you saw it, which was a while ago. The last time I showed this project was in my whip parade earlier in the year, and I realized afterwards that I was showing it back to front. I was showing you the back of it. It's no big deal because there isn't that much done. And what I'm going to do is fold it in half so that I can show you a bit better. Still bulky. This is a large Mirabilia. It's going to take up a fat half of fabric. So that's where it is at the moment, and that is that is the front. So my goal for the month is to spend a week on this one. And this is a beautiful piece of fabric. It's called Oasis, I believe. It's by Colour Cascade Fabrics, and it is on a 28 count Lugana in opal, so there's an opalescence to it. I think the colorway is Oasis. It's beautiful. It's got blues, purples, pinks, greys. Really, really nice. So, and this one is unfortunately out of print, this Mirabilia. So that's the goals for this month. If I have time, I will also try to do my 5,000 stitches on Templar prophecy to keep me up to date. And now that we're in autumn, sorry, I'm trying not to talk over that crinkle. Now that we're in autumn, I would like to go back to my Autumn Queen by Mirabilia and maybe spend another week on that one, but we'll see how that plays out. Okay, next is haul. I have a little bit of haul. I had a birthday in December and my dad gave me a gift voucher for 123 Stitch, and that finally arrived. It took ages for it to be sent. And I did contact them, and they said that they were pretty slammed after Christmas, so that was okay. Once they did send it, it arrived within 2 weeks. So I think the mail is starting to get back to normal, which is excellent. So in my last video, I showed you that I had the other two of this series, and I bought Winter from 123 Stitch, and that was one I was waiting for. So this is that one. It also has these charts on the back. So all of these three, there's 3 in the series. I'm not sure why they didn't do 4, but there are only 3 in the series. But all of the booklets have more projects in them. So you really get your money's worth there. So that's what the whole project will look like if they're stitched together. The whole series, and it's the Loose Feather series by Blackbird Designs, so that's really pretty. I also got some fabric. Oh no, I've got another chart. I'll show you the chart. This is a Nora Corbett, and it's called The Clockmaker's House. This came out a few months ago. I don't like that picture, but I think if I put it on darker fabric, it will look much better. There's 2 different treasures, quite a few beads, and quite a few chronics, and one carom water lily. So really pretty, but I don't like the fabric they've put it on. I don't think it stands out enough on that fabric. So I will be changing the background fabric. I also got a Mill Hill kit, and this is Sugar Plum Fairy, which I'm thinking of doing for my daughter. She loves fairies, and she also likes the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, that music from the ballet. So I did get some fabric, like I said. I bought a plain piece of 20 count ivory. I think it's hardanger or even weave, something like that. Here it is. It's 20 count ivory Ada. This one will be one of my other long dog samplers. Probably start again. I use this fabric to do my to do another long dog samplers that I finished last year, and that was Day and Night. And I'd like to use it again for one of their other ones. I'm not sure which one yet, but that's why I bought that one. I also bought this fabric, and this is 28 count Glacier Lugana from Picture This Plus. It's a really pretty blue. That's a little bit washed out on the camera, but I'm going to use this one for, I do have a specific project in mind, but I'll leave it for now just in case I change my mind. And then I ordered quite a few threads, specialty threads. I'm not going to go through all of them because there's a lot, but these are all going to be for Cardinal Points, which is by Long Dog Samplers. So you can see the colors there. They're really pretty colors, very bright. I ordered what I could from 123 Stitch, so what they had in stock. A lot of colors are missing. I went back and placed an order for the colors that were missing with an Australian supplier, JK's Cross Stitch, and she's also out of stock with the same colors. So hopefully they'll start to come in soonish. I also joined a Fabric of the Month club, but it's actually a fabric of 2 months. Like, she only sends it once every 2 months, so it's a little bit less overwhelming. But it's Crafty Leanie, and she lives in Queensland, Australia, and this fabric is absolutely stunning. She sent a needle minder as well. It's really pretty. So this is 28 count. It's a 30-inch by 36-inch piece of fabric, so almost like a fat half. Her sizing is a little bit different, so she wasn't selling fat quarters. She was selling fat quarters in centimeters, so 1/4 of a meter rather than 1/4 of a yard. And I didn't think that would work for the Mirabilias, which is what I usually use colored fabric for, or hand-dyed fabric for. So I thought I'd buy the 30 by 36-inch and cut it in half, and that will work. So, and it's because it's only once every 2 months, then I'm actually getting 2 pieces of fabric, even though they're the same color. So yeah, this one is, it's the February 2021 Fabric of the Month Club. It's called Lagoon. The color is Lagoon, and it's absolutely beautiful. Again, it's being washed out. This is a really hard color to take a photo of because I tried to show my friend Robin and I could not get it on photo. It's green, gray, a little bit of white, a little bit of blue. It's really pretty. So I think a nice mermaid will go on that, or two. So that's really nice. And then I was really lucky to win a little giveaway that Lisa S Stitches had on her channel. She also has a needle minder business called No More Lost Needles, and I will link all these. I'll link her channel and the name of her business down below. Now her business is I believe it's only on Facebook, so I'll link the link for that below. But the giveaway was that she'd give away, she was giving away 2020 charms, which I didn't bring with me because I think my daughter has them. She really loves them. When she saw them, she thought, right, I'm taking these, and I think she's got them. So I haven't got them, but they're little 2020 charms, so it's really sweet. And she also said that I could send her a photo and she would make a needle minder out of it. So here it is. That's a photo of my daughter and I at my last birthday in December. So that, I love that one. That's going to be my favorite needle minder ever, I think. So, and then I said, I felt bad. I always feel bad when I win giveaways, especially if the people are from overseas. So I asked her if I could buy some, and she said sure, and then when I went to pay, she said no, it's my gift to you. So I do have another order from her coming because she's put out some Bridgerton needle minders, so I ordered that. Anyway, you'll see that when it arrives next time. But she also gave me The Kiss by Gustav Klimt. I've always loved that piece of artwork. This is from The Handmaid's Tale. And then she threw in this one as a gift. So really lovely. Thank you so much, Lisa. I love them. And check out her page, No More Lost Needles, because she's got some beautiful needle minders there. And yes, she does do custom ones, like I showed you. Okay, reading. Now, in my last video, I told you that I had read The Duke and I by Juliet Quinn, and that was a Bridgerton book, the first in the Bridgerton series. And I also mentioned that I didn't like the formula. I don't like it when books have a really obvious formula that they use, and the author seems to use that formula for all the books. I think I was being a little harsh there, and I really think that was because it was the mood I was in at the time. My reading bug had gone. Anyway, I kept thinking about that book, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to read the next one. So I picked up the next one, finished it within a couple of days, and it was called The Viscount Who Loved Me by Juliet Quinn as well. And then I got the next one that I'd had it on reserve at the library for a while, and it became available. And it's called An Offer from a Gentleman, and I read that one as well. So I read two books, both by Juliet Quinn and both from the Bridgerton series. So I think I just needed a break. I think I just needed a break from the first one. So I took a couple of weeks, and once I finished that, I read the next two, and it was good. That's all I have for you today. I've been thinking a lot about my last video. I received a couple of rude comments in my last video, and that was because I mentioned my opinion on the US election. It was purely my opinion. I did not say that anyone had to agree with me. I did not say that I was right and everyone else was wrong. But a lot of people took it to mean that I was trying to, I don't know, turn everything into politics. I was told to mind my own business because the US president has nothing to do with Australia. That is completely incorrect, but that's okay. He is the leader of the free world. He's also the most powerful, whoever's in power in the US is the most powerful person, or one of the most powerful people in the world. Decisions that they make in the US trickle down to just about everywhere. And yes, they do impact me in Australia. So that's how I'd like to address people who told me to mind my own business. People who tried to change my mind, I'm sorry, you did not succeed. I found it, I was really shocked by the response that video got. A lot of it was really unpleasant, and I eventually ended up turning off. I was deleting rude comments, but I eventually just turned off commenting altogether in that video because it was just, I was just stunned at how people took it. I think I spoke for all of 23 seconds on that subject, and I didn't insult anyone. I wasn't rude because I saw it. I went back and watched it over and over again to see how people took it that way, and I don't know why it got blown so out of proportion. I think I can understand people are angry. The people who, I know that it's an issue, and I know that there's a lot of feelings and emotions surrounding the issue, but me giving my opinion did not invite people to be rude and throw insults. I was told that, what would I know, I'm just a stupid Aussie. Just really, I was told that the news that we get here is skewed and fake news. sure, our media doesn't always report all of the facts. I don't think that's true for anywhere in the world, but I do have other ways of learning the issues. Anyway, I didn't want to spend too much time on that because it is so unpleasant, but I wanted to thank all the people who left nice comments in my last video and positive comments and gave me their support. And I even had a couple of people contact me in private, so separate from YouTube, just to check that I was okay after the negative comments. So yeah, it was a little unpleasant, but I hope we can get past it. So if you were watching my last video and you tried to leave a comment and you couldn't, that's why I eventually just turned them off. But thank you to everyone who left pleasant comments and positive comments on that one. Okay, I think that's all I've got for you this week or this month. I know it's a short video, and I'm really hoping that after my surgery next week that I will at least have some improvement. I'm not sure how I'm going to go with having one good eye and one not so good eye. Whether I'll have to wait until the second surgery before I can get back to normal, or whether I can resume a little bit of what I was seeing before. I will tell you what it is. It was I've got an early cataract in both eyes. There are 3 different types of cataracts, and the one that I have makes your eyes particularly sensitive to glare. So inside I'm usually okay, but I am finding also that smaller fabrics I can't see. Linen I'm having a lot of trouble seeing, but usually inside I'm okay unless I'm looking at someone in front of a window. When I go outside, everything looks really, really white. So I've stopped driving. I am having a lot of trouble crossing roads and things. So it is impacting a lot of my daily life, especially in the last couple of months. I've noticed a lot of deterioration in the last couple of months. So that's why I'm really excited for next week, and I'm hoping that it makes a huge difference. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to drive again, because it's really inconvenient I've been used to driving since I was 18. And yeah, just to suddenly have to stop, it's a huge inconvenience. And I know a lot of people who don't have their license, and I've always wondered how they manage, especially with a family. But now I'm starting to see that, and I can't wait to get my license. I've got my license, but I can't wait to be able to get back in the car and drive in a safe manner. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm hoping that everyone has a really good month, and I hope to see you at the end of March, hopefully with a little bit more progress. Okay, take care everyone, and I'll see you hopefully in a month. Bye. Happy stitching.